take a little step closer here real quick. I see amazing, powerful, beautiful, and absolutely strong breakthroughs and miracles coming right your way. I already see you, the very infinite being watching this video right now, as successful. I already see you in that form. So I want to invite you in this moment right now to understand one thing. And what is that thing, you might ask? Well, it's understand that sometimes the moment and the place that we get lost at, that right in that moment, that's where our starting begins. We gotta understand in our hearts that when we're lost, that's where the new journey, the new growth, the new beginnings begin. I would like to personally let you know that along my journey, I've experienced great loss because I've had to get a better understanding of great loss and understand where it comes from and how it makes me feel in order to be right in this spot right now in front of you, doing what I love to do every single day. In order to be successful, in order to take the steps that I am moving in that direction. Tune out the outside world for just a moment for me. Just do that with me here. Go deep into your mind, into your heart, into your soul. And ask yourself, am I lost in this moment? What's happening around me? How is that making me feel? How is that either hurting or benefiting me? And if it's hurting me, why is it hurting me? Open up your eyes once more. There's so much to experience in life. There's so much that I see you fulfilling in your lifetime. But did we ever sit down at any point in time and take the time just to ask the question, maybe we got to get lost in order to find who we truly are? Maybe that's a part of this beautiful journey. Maybe that's what I was meant to do so that I can do what I truly love best and do it and enjoy it to the highest degree. Maybe I had to go through those hard times and experience that pain deep within me in order to realize that I'm an infinite being and to realize how strong I truly am on the inside. There's a lot of things that go on in this world, all around us. But we have to set our sights. We have to set them forward. And we gotta focus in and we gotta zero in on that. Because these storms around us are here to teach us. They're here to help us grow. They're here to help us grow evolve into our truest, most highest, and pure form. You see, when we go to the gym, for instance, when we go in there and we, exercise and we lift weight, what happens? What happens when we lift weights? We get stronger. Our muscles have to break down and stretch in such a way that's so perfect that we get stronger. And per se, the storms that we go through. But we gotta welcome that as if we're welcoming weight loss and muscle gain. We have to welcome those storms and allow it to rain and rain very hard. But while it's raining hard and while it's storming out, we just gotta simply focus on the fact that through that rain and through that water, it's gonna come down into us and it's only gonna grow our seed. You're infinite. Your potential is infinite. Your power is infinite. You see, things like being vulnerable are not a bad thing, but society in this 3D matrix down here is put in our mind and trained us over and over to believe things like being vulnerable is bad. Being vulnerable doesn't necessarily mean that you have to allow yourself to be taken advantage of. But rather, when you're vulnerable comes true growth. It's things like feeling the emotions that you actually have instead of running from it, because so many times we tend to run. And we'll tell ourselves over and over, no, I'm not running, or no, I don't miss this person. In all reality, we're running. You see, if you miss a person, and let's say that it happens to be a toxic person in your life that you had to drop and get rid of, it's okay to miss that person. In fact, I want for you to feel that emotion, to understand it, and then ultimately to release it. It's gonna naturally release out of you the moment that you're vulnerable to it and that you understand it. And that you understand that feeling and become one with that feeling. Here's another example of becoming one with another energy. Let's say you lose something, right? You lose the remote, or you lose your phone, or you lose where you put your money last, right? See, a lot of times the reason we don't truly find that stuff anytime soon is because we're not one with that energy. Either that, or it wasn't simply meant for us to have any longer. It ran its course. We might get a brand new phone one day, and 2 days later we lose that phone and can never find it again. But you gotta set yourself, you gotta set your heights higher, your sights higher than the feeling of losing that. Understand that there's better in store for you. And focus on that. And rise above. Now, if it's meant for you to find that, then try going and doing something else for a little while. Try, going and getting your mind off of it and doing something else. And the moment you stop worrying, being frantic in those situations and panicking, it'll come right to you. And that's the same thing in life. We got a dream partner in mind we might want. Be the magnet, attract that to you. Because what you're seeking is oftentimes a form and a part of, in some way, shape, or form, your highest, most true and purest form. Your highest being, I like to call it. So be around it. Be that energy that you want to receive and attract instead of chasing. Because we can chase all this, we can have all the money in the world, right? I'm sure you've heard it a lot of times. Money, it really doesn't make you happy, but what it does do is buy you freedom in this 3D matrix down here, and that's huge. That's important. But in order to attract that, we gotta be more giving sometimes. We gotta be okay with being broke for a little while and understand that that's not where we're gonna be forever, and that there's better things in store for us, and they're on the way right as we speak. Which is the very reason that I said I see you in your highest, most pure form. I see that. I've already seen you. But now it's time for you to see you in your highest form. Don't know where to start? Well, that's where you start. That's the answer. When you get lost and you just don't know what to do anymore, that's where you start. Plant your seed. And have faith. Have that inner will to say, I'm going to stay believing in who I am and what my life's purpose is and my dream. And be that. Live it every day. Get up and do things and be in that moment each and every day to the point where you feel as though you're living your dream. Because I do, and it feels amazing. Because all the stuff that I'm doing right now and the footsteps that I'm taking forward and the steps that I took back in order to take 3 forward, that's all part of my dream. That's all part of my setup. Because the setup before you achieve your dream is actually what's most important. Because if you have no setup and let's say you just get your dream and it just comes to you, right? It's not going to be all that sweet. What's next, you'll ask yourself. So the setup and preparation is absolutely living your dream. And that ultimately is what makes the dream one of the most amazing things on this earth. Start right here, right now. You're lost, start here, right now. You're absolutely beautiful. Your soul is absolutely beautiful. You are infinite, which means that the possibilities for you are infinite. I love you. And I'm absolutely humbled. I'm grateful. I'm amazed. I'm intrigued that we simply got to share this moment right here, right now.